Hi everyone. So this week's drawing exercise is going to be about drawing freeform flowing shapes, okay? And so what does that mean? Well, basically we're just drawing contour shapes where these things have a start and an end, and they can be anything. They don't have to represent anything. We're just kind of drawing these things out. Maybe they're puzzle pieces. One thing I was thinking about is I think it's kind of good to practice drawing like droplets, teardrops, blood droplets, you know. So this is what we're going to be doing for the first page, and then the second page we're going to combine this with something else, which will make this a lot more fun. Okay, and so anyway, let's just kind of watch me as I'm kind of drawing and think about what you're going to be drawing or draw along with me. The thing about this is that we can start drawing anywhere on the page. We want to fill our page, okay? And we want to have different size shapes. Maybe they kind of flow together like this. And see, I've just been practicing here. I've been drawing all day. I was drawing another exercise that will be coming up later on. And then I thought to myself, you know what? Let's do something a little bit more fun, because I was getting a little tense there. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to change this up. And this came to mind. And, you know, the thing about drawing these shapes is, you know, they could be for clouds. You know, maybe you're drawing cloud-like shapes. You know, maybe you're trying to draw a flower. Now, one thing I want you to try to do is like what I'm doing here, where I'm not letting go. I'm just sort of, it's one continuous line, okay? That is what I want you to be doing, is playing around with drawing one continuous line until it meets back up. And so our lines can be straighter. Okay, so I'm going to start drawing some straight things here, and then add a curve, and just let it see what evolves. Because one of the things I discovered in doing this is sometimes I come up with something that kind of looks like it could be for a logo, okay, or it has kind of a human quality to it. You know, it's just this is kind of fun, and that's what I want these exercises to be about, is loosening up and being able to draw without having to really think too much. Because really, when you do your best, you know, sketching, best kind of just doodling, you're not really having to worry about what it looks like. And we're going to get into more complex things, like I said, later on, and actually the second part of this will be just a little bit more complex, but I think it'll be awesome. I think it'll be a lot more fun. And so as you can see here, it doesn't take me too long to do this. And it's just, I'm almost halfway done here already. And these can be, and we want to vary our sizes, you know, just vary things. That's the whole point about doing this, is trying variable shapes, okay? And so, you know, our first exercise was about doodling lines. Our second one's about drawing shapes, and then we were doing those compositions within rectangles. And this one, you know, this is just drawing shapes, and we could draw shapes inside shapes. I want you to fill your page, and I've been looking at your exercises, grading them, and it's like, boy, I am so impressed with what I see. You know, it's like, wow. And all I want to see you guys do, even those of you who don't feel like you could draw, just fill your page, get loosened up. We could do this digitally, and I would be doing this digitally. I was thinking about that. I'm still having problems. I have a new Mac. I just bought a Mac Mini, which is all decked out. But the problem I have is the adapter to hook to my Cintiq. And so I've ordered a second adapter, which will get here on Tuesday. The first one didn't fit. So anyway, once I get that set up, then I might start switching over to demonstrating in Photoshop. I do demonstrate for my product and license class. I've been doing tutorials for them, but the problem is my computer has a glitch or something's going on with my QuickTime, and what happens is last Sunday I worked, and I thought, oh, well, this will just take me, you know, maybe a half hour to do, and I did a tutorial. Then I went to go view it, and it wasn't there. So I ended up doing that thing about 5 different times until it was there. So that's why, like I said, if I get my Mac Mini set up, I might be switching over to doodling in Photoshop like some of you have been doing, and that's okay. Whatever you want to doodle in, that's fine. If you want to doodle on notebook paper, that's cool too. Because I had one student one time years ago, and they drew terrific drawings in notebook paper. Okay, and if that's something that helps you, do it. Or if you haven't tried it, do it. Or graph paper. Another type of paper is, if you've never thought about it, is using some of the recycled sketchbook paper. And when it's brown or it's a color, sometimes it kind of just, I don't know, it changes things. Some of my students start doing tonal studies on those. But as you can see, I'm just kind of having fun. And the more I kind of ramble as I'm talking through this video, the more I'm just sort of experimenting and seeing what I can do with these shapes, and just playing around here, It's kind of like something psychedelic, something that you probably see from the 1960s if we were adding color to this. And I'm just, having fun here. Maybe some of my shapes, I haven't done this yet, is maybe some of my shapes are like this. If you get tired, if you don't feel like drawing the curvy shapes, just play around and see what it comes up with and see what you can do. And a lot of times, I'll start off and I'll go one direction, or I'll try go into another. Like I'm thinking about this. This is almost like an elephant there. Actually, well, it's got some kind of other shape there. We could try something, as I'm sitting here rambling on as I'm doodling. We could try to make it into something, maybe it's some kind of beast. We don't know what it will become. And that's something that happens when you just let yourself go. You start to imagine things that you may not have imagined if you started off with an intention of drawing something, okay? And it's just kind of fun because sometimes you'll see something that just pops out and you go, wow, I didn't think about that, The other thing is maybe these are kind of like the balloon animals. Think about it like that, and just let yourself go here, okay? And as you can see, I'm almost finished. I've just rambled on, and the other thing I was drawing is going to take me a long time, and we'll figure out how to do that. And the only reason I'm not saying that because I think you'll enjoy it. It'll be educational, but I'll come in a couple of weeks or maybe even next week because I'm going to do part of it today. Anyway, I'm almost finished here, and then afterwards I'm going to swap the page over and start doodling some more. And I've been drawing all day long, so I'm kind of much more loosened up, and I think it kind of helps. If you just make yourself draw and see where it goes, and it just sort of helps you loosen up. And like I said, we can go in here and draw shapes within shapes. We want this page completely filled. Like, it's kind of cool to draw these circular shapes. We could have some weird blobbish circular shapes. Think about like maybe it's puddles down here, elliptical puddles, or it's like strange shaped puddles. Anyway, like I said, I'm almost finished. I kind of enjoy doing this. It really loosens me up, and I hope it helps you guys. And like I said, I'm trying to make this class fun. And the assignments I've seen, the projects, I'm so impressed with. I'm glad you guys are getting into those. Okay, so anyway, this really kind of completes this page, although I'm going up here. See, I can't help myself once I get rolling. All right, so see my page there? It's all filled up here with these kind of amorphous, blobbish shapes. Okay, well, let's turn over here. And my ideal for this one is we're going to practice drawing these shapes, but first let's start drawing some eyes. Okay? Now, I don't know if you, from what I'm seeing, a lot of you look like you draw all the time, which is awesome. That is great, which is so rare because sometimes I've had students and they rarely draw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a couple sets of eyes here just to show you how to draw an eye. And it's kind of cool to draw eyes because they're just these kind of, they're kind of these roundish shapes, kind of football shaped. And inside is an iris, okay? And inside that is a pupil. And the pupil is the lens to our eye, okay? And we can actually shade in there if we want to. And so I'm going to just draw all over the page here for just a second, and then we're going to get into what we're going to do on this page. And we're just having fun here, okay? And if you want to, you can kind of add, you know, eyelashes. You stylize that and just make a big giant eyelash here, okay? And just do this, okay? So what I want to get to is, now that you've seen me kind of draw some eyes, see I kind of draw like a football shape here, and then draw kind of a circular shape here, and then I draw another circle inside that shape, and that's how I get an eye, okay? Very easy. And we could fill our page up with this, but what I was thinking about doing, which would be really kind of cool, is what if we start drawing some amorphous shapes like before, okay? So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be drawing some kind of shapes that we don't know what they are, you know, but they're going to have eyes in them, okay? And so, you know, just see where it takes you. You know, I only doodled around with this idea for just a second. I thought, boy, this is kind of cool. I like this. You know, and that's what I'm trying to do, is get something that I enjoy doing as much as you, because, you know, this is so cool. All right, so anyway, you know, I don't have an eye down yet, but what I can do is make kind of this weird amorphous shape here and decide, is it going to have two eyes, or where's that eye going to be at, you know, and just see where it takes us, you know, because we're drawing these odd-shaped creatures, okay? So I'm going to put some eyelashes on this one. I'm going to put a nice big pupil here. You know, maybe this is a sketchbook for an insane person, someone who's going crazy. It's their diary, and they're just, like, drawing all their emotions. You know, but just have fun with it. You know, see where it takes you. And, you know, think about maybe it's odd-shaped heads. So I kind of drew an odd-shaped head there, and then I'm going to draw just an eye shape. And this eye shape, I'm going to kind of do more like this. And then I'll put one circle in. And maybe I'll put an eyebrow, okay? And so that will be that one. So let's see here what we come up with. And this will continue on for our second page here. And I'm kind of curious what I'm going to have in the end. It's, you know, like I said, I just sort of came up with this because what I was combining was I was doing an exercise that involved lots of features, and I thought, oh, this is getting a little tedious, so that's why I went to the amorphous shapes for this one. But we'll get into that, okay, where we're drawing different features like noses and stuff, and that's what I was kind of holding off on saying when we were first drawing, but I kind of wanted to just sort of show this to you so you could see what I'm doing. And I hope this is a decent recording. That's one of my issues too. Is I'm not really proud of the recordings that are being produced because of my camera. And one of the things I noticed in the last one was my hand, the shadow from my hand kind of took up a lot of space. I was going to do another one just because that's kind of how I am, but I had so much other things to work on that I just had to get going on it. So this one I'm going to put two eyes in. You know, just something weird here. And we're just going to fill up our page here, okay? We don't know what these shapes are. You know, maybe it's part of a snake head, you know? But all these amorphous shapes are either going to have one or two eyes. And the eyes can be different shapes, okay? You know, maybe it's something like squidbillies. There we go. And I'm making just these different shapes for my eyes now because I think it's kind of cool to kind of swap things up and make different types of eyes. I have a book. It's a paperback book, and you can probably find it on the internet as a PDF. It's by this artist named Jack Ham. He was a cartoonist, and he has pages of how to draw eyes and, you know, cartoon eyes and cartoon noses, and it's really kind of cool to look at and get you an idea of what you can do with the shapes. And see, I don't know what I'm drawing here. I'm just letting it go here, you know. And, you know, maybe this shape will be a little bit bigger here. You know, maybe it looks like somebody kind of yelling, perhaps, and we'll draw kind of an eye that's maybe a droopy eye here. Maybe we'll put some eyelashes on that and just sort of let that go. And just have fun, okay? Enjoy doing this, and let, you know, if you need to take a break from it, do it, okay? because that's something that I'll do is I don't always sit here and fill up a page when I'm drawing. You know, if I'm doodling for myself, I will start drawing, and then I will go and draw something else. See, this one I just started an eye, and then I'm going to put some kind of shape there. You know, maybe it's kind of like a pancake shape, and then this pancake has like two eyes here. You know, and just see what happens. You don't know what's going to happen until you draw it, and you just kind of come up with something totally different. Maybe it's like Easter Island. See, it's kind of like Easter Island there. We'll draw kind of a cartoon eye on it. You know, I guess what we could do is, since we're drawing these just blobby, weird shapes here, we could just draw shapes that have hard edges. You know, like, but right in here it's going to be kind of an eye. You know, I'm going to put two eyes in this one. Okay, just to see what it becomes. So one day when I'm flipping through this sketchbook, I'll be going, whoa, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was doing this tutorial on how to just doodle. Okay, I'm going to just draw an eye here and then maybe draw a shape here coming up here. So yeah, if you need to, start with the eye. I think it's kind of cool just kind of draw these amorphous shapes here. You know, maybe make some big ones. Make some variety, okay? Mix it up. I think it's so key when you're kind of drawing here, is mixing things up. And maybe, you know, we got another, maybe it's like two people kind of facing each other, you know. And I'm going to make a different type of eye where it's more like this. So this eye kind of looks like, and I'm just, you know, if you doodle and you mess up like this is fine, because this is what, you know, doodling's about. Is sometimes you mess up and you just don't know what's going to happen, and so I'm going to draw just a little weird eye there. You know, maybe another weird eye, you know, which makes me think, you know, maybe I want to draw a shape kind of like this, and start to challenge yourself, you know. Yeah, maybe it has two eyes. And the eyes don't have to match if you're drawing two eyes. But if you've never drawn an eye before, this is kind of fun to do. You know, it's like, you know, it's like I've had students that have a specific kind of way because they draw anime or whatever. I think it's kind of more interesting to be able to draw different style eyes, because you just never know what you need them for and what kind of figure you're drawing. You don't, you know, having a predetermined style can be a bit, well, it can be very restrictive. You know, it can help and go, okay, I know what I'm drawing, but at the same time, I think it's more fun just to come up with something. And I've, you know, like I said, I doodle all the time in my sketchbooks. I just sort of sketch. Sometimes I'll have an idea in mind. I'm working on that, and I've shown you those sketches. But, you know, in some of the other sketchbooks I have, it's just filled with just, you know, I'll sit there and start doodling faces. And faces are fun to doodle. You know, this thing with eyes is something I've always done because, you know, being an illustrator, I want to draw something. I'm not into the abstract form as much. I mean, I enjoy drawing just forms, as you can see, but, you know, I need something to where it's going to be something. And so I just kind of got into drawing eyes, and then I'll do drawing mouths, you know. So let's just kind of keep doodling here and see. I didn't think I was going to have this much fun with this week's exercise but it went a different route, and I kind of like this route that's gone in. And, you know, just like I said, I want you to fill your page, see where it goes, okay? See this kind of weird shape here. Maybe it's kind of like, all right. And I don't know. See, I was playing on the eye up here. Let's fill this out so it kind of be. And let's start thinking about weirder shapes to draw. Like maybe I got kind of a weird freeform. I don't know. Maybe it's like a tree trunk. Try to draw something like this. I've got some bushes in my front yard that I've been cutting down, and I haven't cut some of them all the way down. So maybe it's like something weird like that, and just, you know, just see where this takes you. Yeah. And just practice what you're drawing. I'm hoping my computer didn't stop there. Okay, I have to make sure here because I saw my screensaver come on. But I'm almost finished here. I think you guys have a general idea of what we need to do here for this week's exercise, and I hope the video quality is a little bit better because I'm trying to draw more in the daytime. And I was trying to draw with my computer webcam, but I couldn't figure out how to move my webcam around. And I don't know. I think if I start, because I also teach painting and stuff too, and I've kind of, and I'm just sort of drawing a shape there. I'm just let it evolve here, you know. Let it become something. But anyway, about my painting classes, you know, I don't want to have my students have to go out and buy painting supplies in this pandemic we're having. I'm not going to force anybody to go out inside their house. So I've been trying to lay off my illustration painting classes until we get back in session, if we ever do. Okay, but anyway, you know, just see what this does for you as far as this project goes. Have fun with it, this exercise it is. And then I'll be posting up the project sheet for our next project by Thursday, okay? And I'm still figuring it out because I have some ideas in my head, but like the magic wand idea, I had no idea I'd come up with that one. That one just came up out of my imagination. Go, okay, I want something simple, but something that everybody could enjoy drawing. And you know, I looked at, you know, all these magic wands. My God, and I need to figure out a way to post them. I wish our Bright Space classes had kind of a gallery setting. You know, they're having teachers put, you know, have the student put work in the discussion, but then you have to go through the whole thread. So what I may try to do is try to figure out a way to paste them all and put them up in our announcements, if that's possible. But anyway, so this is what we're doing here. Like I said, I'm just having fun here. I'm just doodling and seeing where this goes. Maybe I'll have one down here just to fill it up. And then it's got like this sad little eye right here. So that's what we're doing, okay? So we want to fill our page. Maybe it's an eye within an eye. Just have fun, okay? So that will conclude my tutorial for this week's doodling exercise. And I look forward to seeing your doodles.